And don't forget to subscribe to Bagoday Crochet. You can subscribe by clicking this red button right here. And don't forget to click this little bell right there next to it. That way you'll always be notified whenever Bagoday puts on a new video. Hi everybody, this is Crystal. So today I'm going to show you how to make this beanie here that I made for myself. It's made with single crochet and double crochet. And then it's got a small single crochet brim around it. Now I would say that it's a pretty easy pattern, but the top portion where the crown is, that might be a little intermediate because you have to be able to follow along closely to know where to put the increases, but I think you'll still be able to do it. It's not that hard. So let's go ahead and get started on this. Okay, for this project I am using Woolies hand-dyed by Lion brand. It comes in hank form. It is a 3.5 ounce 100 gram 80% acrylic 20% wool medium 4-weight yarn. Now you do not have to use this yarn. Any medium 4-weight yarn will work. And there's 146 yards in a skein, and you're going to need probably about 130 yards. This is I just got a little ball left of mine. So, but remember, any 4-weight yarn will work. The color that I used was called Cotton Candy. And then I'm going to be using a size J, which is a 6mm crochet hook. Okay, I'm going to start with a slip knot on my hook. Now I'm going to work a chain of 4. And now I'm going to slip stitch into the first stitch to form a ring. Just like that. And now I'm going to chain 1. Now that chain 1 does not count as a stitch. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to do a double crochet into the center of the ring. And then I'm going to do a single crochet into the center of the ring. And then I'm going to do a double crochet into the center of the ring. And then a single crochet. I'm going to repeat that double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet until I have a total of 12 stitches. So I'm going to double crochet and then single crochet, double crochet and single crochet, and just keep repeating that until you get a total of 12 stitches. So I got, let's see here, got 8, and your last stitch should be a single crochet. Pull your tail there to close up that circle a little bit more, and you should have 12 stitches now at the end of round 1. Okay, now we're going to end by slip stitching there into our first double crochet that we made. Okay, round 1, 12 stitches. Now what we're going to do is chain 1, which does not count as a stitch. Now in the very first stitch right here that we just slip stitched into, we are going to work 1 single crochet and then 1 double crochet into the same stitch. And then I'm going to go to the next stitch and I'm going to work 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet into the same stitch. And I'm going to work 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet into every stitch all the way around. So my next stitch is a single crochet and a double into the same stitch. The next one, single crochet and a double. Next one is single and a double. Now I'm going to repeat this all the way around until I get back to my starting point. Alright, I've made it to the end of round 2. And now you should have a total of 24 stitches, and we're going to go ahead and end by slip stitching into our first single crochet. And that'll end round 2. Okay, round 3 we are going to chain 1. Now we're going to go right back into the same stitch, and we're going to work a double crochet. Now the next stitch we are going to work a single crochet and a double crochet into the same stitch. So you single crochet and a double crochet. Now the next stitch is going to be 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and then the next stitch will be 1 double crochet and then 1 single crochet in the same stitch. So there's my double and there's my single. Now the next stitch, what we're going to do is kind of repeat what we just did. So we're going to put 1 double crochet into the next stitch. The next stitch will get 1 single crochet and a double crochet into the same stitch. The next stitch will get 1 single crochet, and then the next stitch will get 1 double crochet and 1 single crochet. Okay, and then we're going to kind of repeat it again. So we're going to put 1 double crochet into the next stitch, and then in the next stitch we'll put 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet. The next stitch will be 1 single crochet, and then the next stitch will be 1 double crochet and 1 single crochet. And I'm going to kind of repeat this pattern all the way around. So the next stitch is 1 double crochet, and then the next stitch will be 1 single crochet and a double crochet. The next stitch is going to be 1 single crochet, and then the next stitch will be 1 double crochet and a single crochet. So I'm just going to keep repeating this until I get back around to the beginning. Alright, I've made it back around at the end of round 3, and now you should have a total of 36 stitches. Now your last stitch should have ended in a double crochet, a single crochet in the same stitch. So now we're going to end round 3 by slip stitching into our very first double crochet. Okay, now we're going to start round 4. We are going to chain 1. Now we're going to start by putting a single crochet into the first stitch, and then the next stitch we were going to put 1 double crochet. And the next stitch we will put 1 single and 1 double into the same stitch. So single and a double. Okay, and then we're just going to kind of repeat that. So the next stitch we will put 1 single crochet. The next stitch will be 1 double crochet. And then the next stitch will be 1 single crochet and a double crochet into the same stitch. Okay, again, the next stitch will be 1 single crochet. The next stitch will be 1 double crochet. And then the next stitch will be 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet into the same stitch. And I'm going to repeat that pattern all the way around. Single crochet into the next, double crochet into the next, And then the next will be 1 single crochet and a double crochet into the same stitch. So I'm going to repeat that all the way around until I get back to my starting point. All right, I've made it to the end of round 4, and you should have 48 stitches now. Your last stitch should have been a single crochet and a double crochet into the same stitch. Now we're going to go ahead and end by slip stitching into our first single crochet. Now round 5, we are going to chain 1. Now we're going to start off with a double crochet into that very first stitch here that we slip stitched into. And then we will single crochet into the next stitch. And then we will double crochet into the next stitch. Now the next stitch will get 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet, like that. All right, and then we'll put 1 single crochet into the next stitch, 1 double crochet into the next, 1 single into the next. Now the next one will get 1 double and 1 single into the same stitch, like that. Now we're going to kind of repeat what we just did all the way around. So we'll start off by putting 1 double crochet into the first stitch, single crochet into the next, double crochet into the next, and then the next stitch will be 1 single crochet and a double crochet into the same stitch. And then we'll put 1 single crochet into the next stitch, 1 double crochet into the next, 1 single crochet into the next stitch. In the next stitch will be 1 double crochet and a single crochet into the same stitch, just like that. So I am going to keep repeating that pattern all the way around until I get back to my starting point. All right, I'm coming to the end of round 5. Your last stitch should have been a double crochet and a single crochet in the same stitch. And we're going to end by slip stitching into our first double crochet, and you should have 60 stitches now. Now we're not going to be increasing anymore. So rounds 6 and 7 are the repeat rounds now for the main portion of the hat. So what we're going to do for round 6 is chain 1. And we're going to start off by putting a single crochet into that very first stitch. Now the next stitch we are going to put a double crochet. The next stitch will be a single, and the next a double. The next a single, and the next a double. And that's what we're going to repeat all the way around. Single crochet in the next, double crochet into the next, single crochet into the next, and then double into the next. Single crochet, double crochet, repeat all the way around until we get back to our starting point. Just like that. All right, I've come to the end of round 6. I should have ended with a double crochet into the last stitch, 60 stitches still, and I'm going to go ahead and end by slip stitching into my first single crochet. Now round 7 is done the exact same way. The only difference is instead of starting with a single crochet like we did on round 6, we are going to chain 1 and start with a double crochet. So we're going to go ahead and double crochet right here in the same stitch here. And then the next stitch will be the single crochet, and then the double crochet and the single crochet, double crochet and single crochet. And we're going to repeat this pattern all the way around until we get back to our starting point. The double crochet, single crochet, repeat. Alright, I've come to the end of round 7. 60 stitches total. You should always have 60 stitches now. This time I ended in a single crochet, and I'm going to slip stitch into my first double crochet. That'll end round 7. And now it's just a repeat of rounds 6 and 7. So for round 8, it's just a repeat of round 6. That's where we chain 1. And we start out with a single crochet into the first stitch and double into the next. Single into the next and double into the next. Single and double. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to keep repeating rounds 6 and 7. And you'll always have 60 stitches at the end of every round. Okay, I have repeated rounds 6 and 7 for a total of 18 rounds, and that is starting from round 1. So round 1 all the way down until 18. Now I'm going to do some rows of single crochet. So I just ended that round 18 by slip stitching there into my first single crochet. Now I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to go back into the same stitch, single crochet, and now I'm just going to work 1 single crochet in every stitch around. This would be round 19 until I get back to my starting point. Oops. Alright, I've made it to the end of round 19. I still should have 60 stitches. I'm going to go ahead and end by slip stitching into my first single crochet. Not that chain 1, but the first single crochet. Now I'm going to repeat round 19 again. I'm going to chain 1. So for round 20, I'm going to put 1 single crochet in every stitch around. So I'm going to go right back in the same stitch, single crochet, and 1 single crochet in every stitch until I get back to the beginning. Alright, I've made it to the end of round 20. 60 stitches still. I slip stitch into my first single crochet. So around 22, round 21, I'm going to repeat it again. I'm going to chain 1. And then put 1 single crochet in that first stitch and 1 single crochet in every stitch all the way around. What I'm doing in this is putting a brim on the hat. You can actually make this as many rows as you'd like. If you want it to go down longer, you can put as many as you want. If you don't want it this long, you can leave off rounds here of the single crochet. That's up to you. I'm going to go around again here. I'm on round 21. 1 single crochet in every stitch until I get back to the beginning. Okay, I made it back around at the end of round 21. 60 single crochets still. I slip stitch into my first one. Round 22, I'm going to do it one more time. Now remember, you do not have to do this many rounds if you don't want to, but I'm just going to repeat it one more time for round 22. Putting 1 single crochet in every stitch until I get back around to the beginning. When I get back around, I will end with the slip stitch into my first single crochet. I'll have 60 stitches still, and then I'll go ahead and tie off. Alright, once you're finished, you can go ahead and hide any remaining tails, and that is it. That's all there is to it. I like it. It turned out nice. It's gonna be my hat now. I'm gonna be wearing this one. So I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed my video. If you look on the right hand side of the screen right now, I have a playlist of all my hats in case you're interested and you want to make some. I have quite a few on my channel. And don't forget to subscribe, and you can always check me out on Facebook where you can post this if you make it or anything else of mine that you make. So until next time, have a good day.